Welcome back to a new video. This was my workout from Friday, which actually made it pretty heavy. It was scheduled to be, or programmed to be a heavier day as far as the classic lifts went. And last week I had changed the lifts that were heavier from Friday to Saturday. But this one, I knew I probably wouldn't feel much better on Saturday, and I can say with certainly, since I'm recording this on Saturday, that I don't feel that much better than I would have yesterday. So I'm glad I went in and attempted to do this, and kind of just being in a fatigue state kind of just shows that I am slowly but surely getting in better shape. Of course, you know, if I'm hitting a lifetime front squat double PR the previous day, I'm not going to be totally fresh. Same with that deadlift triple attempt, which I think that 285 for 2 might be the most I've ever doubled in the deadlift. I'm not exactly sure. I feel like I may have tried at least 290 before, but I mean, anything above, I would say like 270 is a pretty high intensity for anyone doing a deadlift, so that certainly added to the fatigue as well. But overall, it was a pretty productive session. You see here I missed 115 on the first wave up, I suppose, twice, and then the AI had me go down. I think it said 103, but I just went all the way down to 100 and did that twice and worked back up, and actually was able to get back up to 115. The only real adjustment on the weight back up that I made was to add an additional set. So originally there was 8 singles, and when the AI gives you 8 singles and it starts at like 80%, it pretty much wants you to go pretty heavy. Like that's kind of the goal of the workout, is to work up to something heavy, or at least to, you know, get some heavy intensity in the snatch in, which I was able to do, especially with how fatigued I was. But the second 115 was a bit pressed out, but with all the 9 attempts before then, I'm certainly happy to even be able to stand that up, and just generally happy with how fatigued I was, the amounts of snatches I was able to do with the intensity. And I put my max in the app as 120. Of course, I've done more. You guys have seen me do more. My lifetime is 135, but I would say like my actual like training max is like 130 if I was gonna like program percentages. But I think 120 is conservative, and I've been really conservative with all my maxes that I entered in. So it kind of allows me to kind of push, quote unquote, no PRs when they're not actually like really PRs, but it's better to be a little bit more conservative, because then you can kind of get more precise with your training and kind of build up from where you've previously were. The clean jerk work were hang clean plus 2 jerks, which is a extremely fun movement. I was not looking forward to doing these at all, but thankfully it was just 3 sets. And so I think it was originally like 118 was the original working set, and I kind of made the adjustment. So I made this 110 the first set, and then I took a jump up to 125 for the second one, and if you average those two together, it gives you 117 and a half. So it kind of actually matches what the intensity was, or at least their goal was, at least in theory. And then I took one crack at 140, and the first jerk was okay, and then the second one obviously I missed, as you'll be able to see here in a second. But generally happy that I was even able to do the hang cleans easier than last time. I was pretty confident about that 140. Like, I wasn't worried about it crashing on me, and the timing on them is getting a little bit better. I still really, like, they feel awkward a little bit, but they're feeling just a little less awkward. But generally happy with that. But after I did the snatches and the clean jerk work, I didn't have any other like strength work, just accessories, and I changed whatever's on the AI, and I basically did a bunch of face pulls, which actually felt really good. I was able to get like a good pump in the back of my shoulders with those, with a decently heavy weight with the machine. And then did some external rotators. So basically, if you have your arm up in like a 90-degree angle, or perpendicular, your forearm perpendicular to your bicep, whatever, all that, and just rotating it backwards. I did some of those backwards, and then I did a bunch of lat raises and front raises, as well as some internal rotators. So that same thing I just mentioned with the external rotators, just facing the other way. The externals felt really weak, so I'm kind of excited to be able to find a movement that I can really hammer those in. I just set the machine, or there's really 2 settings with the cables that they have at the gym, low and high, and I used them low, and I was really able to, like, it was really difficult for me to do even like no weight on it, which I'm thinking is probably like 5 pounds. So excited about that, and we'll spam those whenever I'm at the gym. But yeah, that's it for this one. Talk to you on the next one. Peace.